All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Year of Unconditional Love. We're excited to have you join us, and we look forward to building unity consciousness with you as we have been loving ourselves unconditionally through a process of, so far, I guess, a couple of weeks. So with that, I'd like to invite Dr. Suzanne Lee to say hello and to welcome each of you here to join us today.
Hello, everybody, and thank you all for coming. And I think we're mostly kind of here to have like a Q&A and answer people's questions. At least that's what I was thinking. How about you, Shauna?
Oh, that sounds fine. I know that people have been really open about sharing their process and letting us know how things are going, and just really being involved in the full process. So I know that it's had an impact on a lot of people so far.
Yes, and I want to thank you all for all of your wonderful comments and that you have written, and it just makes for such a great experience. So, there we go. There. I was looking for the attendee list to see all these people I've seen there before and some new, and great to see you all. So should we have a couple people with question marks there. Can we ask if that's their question?
Well, yeah, let's do it.
I don't know, but let's ask Ariel Joy. I'm going to unmute you, Ariel Joy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Great. So I wasn't sure if the question mark was because you had a question or not, but since this is really kind of a Q&A, I would love if you...
Question mark. I just said hello.
Well, would you like to ask a question or make a comment? That would be wonderful.
I just said hello.
Hello. Okay.
I'm here.
So do you want to share something?
But I do have. Yeah, I can. Actually, it just came up for me about an hour and a half ago. As usual, I'm slow getting into stuff, but I had a situation come up this past couple of days where I lost my boundary with and succumbed to divulging some information that was really none of his business and shouldn't have been any of mine, having to do with a very dear friend who may or may not choose to keep that status with me now.
So that's a grief, isn't it?
So.
Yes. And so
I know that has something to do with unconditional love. I'm just not sure exactly how to fit it in right now.
Well, all of us are getting very good at this unconditional love. And kind of part one of unconditional love is to bring it into ourselves and love ourselves. And then part two is to learn how to send that love out. So let's just all take a moment and send unconditional love to Ariel Joy, just in the same fashion as we sent it to ourselves. Let's send it to Ariel Joy. Yes. And you know, the unconditional love is best friends with unconditional forgiveness. So, you know, sometimes we do something we kind of regret that we did, or that we don't do something that we regret we didn't do. So, yes. So, thank you for sharing, Ariel. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
For a while. Thank you.
Thanks. And I'll mute that for you. All right. So, you see, Shauna, do you want to invite people to explain to them where they can write comments if they want to write a comment or ask a question? I'm
Sure.
really wanting to offer this up as a place for people to ask questions and or share their experiences if they would like to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look on your panel at the very bottom, there's a space where you can enter question, send question, so you can type in anything you'd like to share, or there's a little icon that has a hand on it. If you click that, you can actually raise your hand. If you'd like to speak, we will unmute you so you can share your information, your story, and your experience. So we welcome all of you to join in whatever way you'd like.
Yes, great. Okay, so, we have a hand here. So I've had history in the past when the hand comes up that they didn't mean it to be there. So I'll ask Rosine. Rosine, did you have your hand up because you had a question or a comment? And you've muted yourself as well. So, okay, I think it was that same situation again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just go with, if you want to say something, say you want to say something down in the section that Shauna just explained.
We do have a couple of people who've said they have questions. If you want to, maybe we could check with Kathleen.
Okay. Kathleen Marsh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
Hi, Kathleen. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for asking your question, whatever that is, because, usually any questions that anyone asks, other people are going to ask, and even with Ariel Joy, it's, we do things and sometimes we are not too happy about it, and then we have to really unconditionally love ourselves. So it's all perfect. I mean, we're really having to learn to be in the now right now. So what are your questions here you'd like to ask?
Well, my question is I find myself every time I go out in public, I feel this overwhelming bliss.
Oh.
No matter what I am or what I'm doing, it's almost to the point where I'm not even in this reality, because the bliss is so strong. And I was just wondering if that's something that a lot of people are going through or not. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's a wonderful thing, Kathleen. Yes. So if anyone that is also experiencing bliss, please write that down. Let us know. And tell us a little bit of exactly how you experience bliss, because bliss people don't really know what that means, and it's something that's really particular for each person. So if you could just share a little bit about how you experience, that will help other people to recognize that themselves.
Well, it's a feeling of, hold on one sec.
Oh, okay.
It's a feeling of, I guess I could compare it to how a person feels after making love.
Uh-huh. Oh.
That blissful feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that. It's just it's like more than happiness.
Wonderful.
And for no particular reason. It's just there. It's just right there every time I'm around people. When I'm at home, I'm feeling it more and more, but when I'm around people, I always feel it. Just this bliss, this beautiful bliss.
Well, it feels like you are a vessel, and as you go out there and have that feeling, just, what we feel inside of ourselves is released with every breath. And we don't realize that we have that kind of power. And so as you go out and you feel that feeling of bliss, then you're just breathing it out to other people. And what a wonderful contribution that is. And
Yes.
wonderful, great experience for you as well.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. That's great.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. And there is another person, Sean?
Yeah, well, apparently she's not alone, though. She's got several people who've said, yes, me too, and feeling overwhelming joy, and yes, sense of peace nearly all the time. So Janice, Suzanne, Catherine, and Eric have all chimed in and said, yes, we feel it
Okay.
too. And
Okay,
Annie.
great. So, would any of these people like to speak specifically about their experience? Because look at when people speak up, it's, it makes other people join in. Is this Suzanne? There's only one Suzanne. I'm going to click you, Suzanne, because you have the same name as me. Okay, Suzanne, would you like to share a little
I'd
bit
love,
about how you
I'd love
experience?
to. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I'm feeling, I don't know if it's as much as like all the time bliss, but I'm definitely feeling the overwhelming joy in things that I didn't before.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I do find myself laughing a lot more
Mm,
at myself and other things, and
mhm.
feeling a deeper love for everything. There are moments when I don't I'm not fully in that place, of course. I'm
Yeah.
kind of in and out of it, but it's much there's a big difference than where I was before the beginning of the year here. And we've been doing this program, with the chakras and the unconditional love, and that's kind of enhanced everything.
Wow. And this is after only 2 months. Look at all these, 2 weeks. We've got
2
all this
weeks.
chocolate left.
Yeah, because we're building that foundation,
Oh,
But
yes, that's wonderful.
hmm
Thank you for sharing, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you so much, and Happy New Year to everyone on the call and to you too. So good to be back with you.
Thank you. Okay, what was another name, Shauna?
So Annie says that she would be willing to share.
Okay, let's scroll up to Annie. Okay, Annie, we're happy to have you share. What would you like to share with us about your experience?
Yes, the way I'm experiencing it is um, I'm feeling this um, um, bubbles of joy in my solar plexus, in my heart. I'm feeling balance. I'm feeling peace. I'm smiling all the time. And when I go outside walking, I'm almost walking on clouds. So much um, joy I'm feeling from the solar plexus, from the heart, and I'm so happy.
That's
And
one.
I agree with I don't know who spoke just before me. She said that the chakra meditations enhance it, and I agree with her. They have enhanced it, that it's more than it used to be. I'm feeling it more than I used to. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. That's great. Okay. And Shauna, you got some other names?
We have, so Maria said she'd like to share.
All right.
Maria?
We have two, Maria and a Marie. So we'll go for Maria. Yep.
Mhm.
Hello, Maria.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing so much better.
That's wonderful. You want to share some of your process with us?
Yes, my heart is, lighter. I feel a lot lighter and it emanates out. And I am learning how to ground better, come back to to Mother Earth and connect with it.
Great.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Thank you. That's
I
great.
realized that, I wasn't really balanced between these two, between the heart, below the heart and above the heart. I was much more on the higher side of it than the below. So I'm learning. I'm not really in a perfect shape, but it's good to be back.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Wow, this is like, thank you. I'm going to meet you now. This is pretty amazing. This was a total channel from the Arcturians. I was on vacation, sitting on the bed, relaxing, and suddenly I started scribbling out all of this information. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, well, this is interesting. So, and I just want to share with all of you, if, getting in connection with your higher guidance and setting a ritualistic ritual, I mean, a certain time that you can do it most of the days at a certain place, and where you can meditate, and where you can, after you meditate, you can get at the computer or get a pencil and paper together and allow yourself to just let this higher creativity to flow in through you and onto the page or into the typewriter or the computer. And when you do that, then you begin to build this ongoing relationship that gives you amazing ideas. So, okay, we have some other names that you want to give, Shauna?
Yeah, and I just want to quickly add that I think it was very clever how, the Arcturians built this full process and are leading everybody through it. And all the things that you mentioned about, setting that daily time to connect and opening your heart and letting go of, judgment and any type of resentment, anything that you feel that you have lack, all of that stuff that you let go. It's an interesting way to prepare us for what, well, they said this is a preparation. This is allowing us, to carry the higher light and to release anything that continues to weigh us down, because we're getting ready for a new octave of service. So I think that's pretty exciting.
Yes, we're definitely getting ready for a new octave of service. Great.
So yeah, we have quite a few hands raised if you want to go to the top of the list. And
okay.
So Diane's right at the top.
Diane? Okay. Okay, I think you have your own self muted, Diane. So you could just unmute yourself. You're on the phone, right? You don't really have to mute yourself when you're on the phone, because it doesn't interfere.
Where'd she go?
Oh, the phone thing is a bit tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, it's gray and it's muted, so I don't know if you know how. Do you know how she can unmute herself, Shauna?
Yeah, it's usually with her, on her own phone mute options. So, well, maybe we'll see if she comes back. She completely disappeared from my panel.
No, she's still there.
She's
She's
yours.
back. So, Diane, why don't you write? Oh, you can't write it, can you? Okay. Wait, now it's this. I see what she did. Unmute. Diane. Okay, there you are. Aren't you resourceful, Diane?
Hear me?
You figured that one out. We were all stumbling. What would you like to share?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Great.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, this is exciting. Well, I wanted to share that an amazing thing is happening. I'm in this job, and I've been asking for a lot of guidance, and the gift, because I'm not happy there, but the gift is that more than ever in my life that I have experienced the desire to trust myself and to allow for the unfolding in a way that is like completely wonderful. I know I'm not going to be at this place for a long time, and I am so excited just to trust myself and the process of how it's going to unfold, and I'm very excited.
Oh, trust is a wonderful gift, isn't it?
It's the best, and I always had a little bit of an issue with that.
Yes, oh, that's wonderful.
And since I've been doing the meditations, it's like this is opening up, and it's trusting, and the worries are like vanishing.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Did you have anything else before I mute you?
No, this is all. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad I could share.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Okay, so who's the next in line, Shauna?
So the next one at the top is Catherine with a C.
Catherine, let's see. Wait. There we go. Okay. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
Hi. Would you
Can you
like
hear
to
me?
share? Yeah, we can hear you. Great.
Yes. I wanted to say, just like that previous caller, that the big thing that I discovered was that I did not trust myself either, and I've been working on trusting myself, and that's been making a big difference for me as well. And I just wanted to go back with that first lady that spoke about that sort of feeling of bliss as well. Was that particularly last year I was having sort of days and weeks of feeling that sort of bliss just going up and down through my body, and just feeling like I was just in this enormous, wonderful, sort of nurturing, loving place of just peace. And then it was always followed by a period of time where I was experiencing the polar opposite of that, which was just complete sort of darkness and going into a very sort of difficult place, and not knowing why that was happening. And it was kind of like a flipping thing that was happening. And then I realized that when you experience one extreme, you flip to the other extreme. And that really what I guess what instead of sort of going or striving for an extreme, that what I was really needing to experience was balance, and that sort of made a really big difference for me in understanding that the sort of in the now is really a place of balance, and not a place of extremes, and that sort of made a really big difference for me personally, and I think I just wanted to share that, and I wanted to get sort of your feedback on that as well, and what you thought of that.
Well, what I was going to say, Catherine, is, was that you talking, or was that the Arcturians?
Oh, what? I don't know what that means.
Perfect. Yeah, you said it perfectly. I don't have anything to add. That was perfect. That balance. And also the up and down is really expanding our range of perceptual experience of our reality and our own bodies. And so as we go up and down, we go, oh, that's a little too high. No, that's far too low. Oh, not quite so high. Oh, definitely not so low. And then we find this place in the middle. And that's the place where we can live. And when we have a really good experience, we can jump up to the high, and then if something happens that, is not too wonderful, we might go down to the low, but we know that the high is there, and we have that landing place in the middle. And then as we move further and further along with the process, the whole spectrum moves up, so to speak. So the middle is a higher middle than it was before. Does that make sense?
Yes. That
Yes.
does make. I just wanted to say, I also wanted to express a lot of gratitude because I'm sort of working my way through this by myself, and learning to sort of connect and commune with my higher selves, and even understanding the process that my sort of group of people that are around me are my higher selves as well. And I've been learning that through what you're putting out and the books you've been writing, and it's been enormously helpful for me in sort of coming into sort of reconnecting with all of that knowledge that is innately a part of me. And another thing I wanted to share was that I sort of really realised very recently was before I sort of would say, help me with this, or, it sort of almost was from a place of desperation of, oh, I'm having difficulty with this, please higher selves or, guides, or please help me with this, help me understand this. And what I realised was when I was trying to connect with them, I was trying to connect with them from a sort of a lower vibration state. And that doesn't really work, and so what I realised was that I have to bring myself to that place of balance, and that place of, I see this is happening, and I want to understand this. Do you have any sort of input you can give me on this, or any guidance you can sort of give me to help me understand, so get some clarity around this? And it was sort of coming to it more from a place of that sort of wanting to understand, but not it's not an emotional place, you know. It's and I think that works much better for me.
Yes, and I think you're maybe being a little bit hard on yourself because
okay.
you really have it down. And it's really okay to call our higher self when we're down. In fact, boy, that's the first place I call when I'm down. It's like, help! And so much better, because when we are down and we want help, we're calling inside ourself and up into a higher octave of ourself. Because once we are actually in connection with these beings, that's at a fifth dimensional frequency, and there is no separation, though it is ourself. That yourself, myself, that's a 3D term. And also trusting ourselves, trusting what we're getting. That was a big thing for me. It's like, oh, can I put this down? Oh, they're going to tar and feather me and run me out of town on a rail, you know. But
yes,
we have to just trust that it's like when I got to do this, I'm going, oh, yeah, right. Really? Okay, I'll try it because I do everything they say. And I do everything they say because everything they say really works well, unless I mess it up on some level. But John wouldn't let me do that, so it won't get messed up.
You don't mess up.
So, Catherine, I don't have anything to say to you. I think that you're doing great.
Okay.
Just follow
yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. Do you want to give me the next one whose hand is up? Or?
Yeah, so we have Makiko. She's next in line.
Makiko, I saw her. Oh, there we go. Hello, Makiko.
Hello. Good evening.
Happy to see you again. So, would you like to share your experience?
Sure. I just cannot think enough of what you do, Suzanne, as well as how timely all the topic. Like, I just can't believe, like, journaling and chakra, and I don't know how you do it, but it's exactly what I need. It's right there. It's unbelievable. The experience I had from this program specifically is that I cannot believe I could love a planet this much.
What a wonderful thing to say.
I just, like today, I looking at the sun, and how can I love this sun this much? I just never could imagine. And then I love Mother Earth. I've been loving her. It's just so much in depth. And how can you love planet more than people? It's just such a weird thing. So I was coming back to think that it's really kind of started when I joined this group and finding about this group about for Gaia, and you had different things, and then I have this specific desire I must go to the sun. I really have to go in and get to know about those beings. It's just strangest idea just coming, and I'm screaming, I'm going to the sun, like from the car, and people probably think I'm total nuts.
Well, we don't think you're nuts because we do the same thing.
Well, along the line, I really begin to feel my heart, and before I didn't, like a year ago, I couldn't. It was difficult for me to feel. I know some of the people told me that I should really move my heart out of the body, and that's how I should talk. But it was difficult. but now I begin to feel, which is very much from the chakra meditation and I guess the Arcturian teaching. So I wanted to thank you and Arcturian for that. Now, yeah, thank you. Now, my question, it may be out of the place, so it's okay. You could kind of ignore this question. But can you talk a little bit about the new heart chakra of the Mother Earth?
Okay. Well, we're going to do heart chakra pretty soon. So heart chakra, Shauna, do you remember where heart chakra of Mother Earth is? Oh, I know where it is. It's in Hawaii.
Oh, Haleakala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that, yes, of course. Well, that was Lemuria. That Gaia's heart chakra is where Lemuria used to be, right? Probably the core, the heart of Lemuria. And Lemuria looked a lot like Maui because Maui's kind of round and Lemuria was kind of round. And it is like any heart chakra in that it holds the pulse of life, and it runs the blood through the body. It runs the oxygen through the body. So you have to have breath, you have to have oxygen, you have to have blood, you have to have fluid. And so the heart chakra, there's kind of two. There's the regular heart chakra, or the physical part of the heart chakra. Then there's the high heart, which is right over the thymus gland, between the heart and the throat. And the thymus gland is the gland for all of the healings of the body. So, and the heart recognizes the beginning. Like at the beginning when a woman doesn't quite know she's pregnant, there's this little, I forget what they call it, like a little round thing that they can see. And if it beats, then that means that it's alive. If it doesn't beat, then it's not alive. And then as the fetus grows, it grows around and protects the heart, because the heart is that ability to stay alive and to love staying alive.
That's beautiful. So it's so beautiful. So I love to visit the location. That was something I wanted to do this year. Seemed to be in a warmer place. It's perfect for a trip during winter. Now I recently also heard that the grid being moved. So I was curious. That's also somewhat influence the location of the heart chakra of the Mother Earth.
I don't have any information on the grid moving, and the Arcturians haven't talked to me about the grid moving, so I'm not going to be able to help you on that.
Okay, that's all right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Different people have different specialties, and it's hard for one person to know every single thing. So, all right. Okay, great. Down to the next hand, which is Mitra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mitra, would you like to share with us now?
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You're unmuted and ready for action.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is the first time, and I don't have any experience, but I'm so excited about be with you and with other.
Well, we are very, very happy that you have joined us.
Thank you.
We all welcome you and send you unconditional love, because we're all good at unconditional love now, aren't we, Shauna?
Yeah, I need it. Thank you so much. And I had experience the first time, I think it's 1 week ago, about when we are starting about the child inside, and
Yes.
at that time I thought I had a meditation about my child inside, and I saw kids, the boy is like asleep in the ground, and maybe he was die. And I was so curious, that's maybe the child inside me, or I don't have any idea, but I was so curious about that.
Well, it's that awakening of your inner child.
Okay.
Was that when you were doing the second chakra, which is really a lot about your inner child?
Okay.
Yeah. And that inner child holds the secrets from all of our other incarnations. And our inner child allows us to be innocent, to be spontaneous, and to embrace life, just like that little kid trying to jump up and get that bubble on that picture.
Okay.
The inner child is a really wonderful part of ourselves.
Okay. And every time when I have a something medication, I meditation, after that my chakra in my heart has like a something like a is not pain, but is not is something I can, you know, how can I explain? It's so different from, and sometimes I have a pain, but other time when I have some like a 1 hour is so different. Is I think the movement.
Yeah, it's like a recalibration.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and when you recalibrate, obviously we can't have our heart shut down for the amount of time that would not work, but it's a recalibration. And it's also a recalibration of your perception of love. Because when we love ourselves unconditionally, then we believe that we accept love. And then other things that love us that we never recognized, now we can. Because we've recalibrated to say yes to love.
And this is different from when I have the same feeling in my back, but the exactly this in my heart, but in my back, I feel something in my back. This is different or is the same?
Well, also, it's good to know that one of the things that's going to be happening more and more is that our bodies are resonating machines. And as we move into these higher and higher frequencies, and as the light language, we're downloading light language, I think one of the things that's happening as we really fill ourselves with unconditional love is it makes it much easier to download light language. And so as we do these things, we feel it in our body because our body naturally resonates to different frequencies. And as human beings, we have forgotten that which dogs and cats and primitive people always know. And so we're kind of learning to relearn to listen to our bodies because our bodies know. And the Western world, I don't know if you're the Western world or not, but the Western world has pretty much trained us out of that, and we're getting back into that. We're learning to bodies. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, now we have the next hand. And Rosie, unmute. And unmute yourself too, Rosine, okay? Did you want to talk still? Because you've got yourself muted. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do that, Sean? I'm not sure if I know how to tell her how to do that. Just, I don't know what she sees.
She can click, yeah, she can actually, I think, click on her own little icon there.
Yeah, so click on, just use your cursor to click on the little microphone. That's gray, and it has a light going through it. That means that you've muted it because it's gray. And maybe she got busy. That could be. So we'll try and get back to her later on. And I'll just mute you for a while for now. Okay, and the next hand. All right. All right. Okay, good. So any other questions? I think we got to the one, right?
Yeah, we do have some comments if you want to start running through those.
Yes, that's great.
Okay. So throughout the process, people have been sharing information in the chat box, so we'll just go through and share that with you. Eric shares, it's useful to maintain a running communication with our higher selves every day.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a question that Jermaine has sent in and says, I have been having more and more vivid dreams lately and remembering some of them. Could you elaborate on the extent that the Arcturians are helping us in the dream state and how we can more easily remember their messages? And huge thanks to you and the Arcturians for being a very important part of my life and so often talking to me directly.
Okay, good question. I'm going to ask the Arcturians on that one. Let's see. You are learning to expand your multi-dimensional perceptions. First comes the higher frequencies of consciousness, and as the higher frequencies of consciousness come on, you are able to unconditionally love yourself more, and as you unconditionally love yourself, the higher frequencies of consciousness go on. So it is a huge circle. And in fact, when we are speaking about higher dimensional aspects, we speak in terms of circles instead of straight lines as one would experience in a third or maybe even a lower fourth dimensional reality. So as you are within the circle of life, you begin to know, become aware, remember, smell, hear, and then when you go back to your mundane life, there is a, oh, what was that? Did I just see something? Oh, no, that couldn't have been there. But then, over time, you say, wait, maybe I did see that. Maybe that was real. And it's about translating your cognition of what is real. And you have been trained in your third dimensional reality that if it is not a third dimensional object or a third dimensional being, actually first you were trained, it has to be a third dimensional person, because animals were just, secondary, and the planet wasn't real, plants weren't real. And so the first thing that happens is we realize that everything on life is alive, everything is real. And then as you begin to expand yourself into that planetary consciousness of knowing that every bit of Gaia is an alive being, that really amplifies your consciousness. And then you begin to understand how things that are happening in other frequencies that maybe other people can't even perceive are indeed real. So, not sure if I answered that, but you can put down more questions if I left something else. All right. Next one.
Okay. Well, something just popped up that's relevant. It's a question from Eric. Does that mean that our higher selves are circle 1 and communication with Arcturians could be circle 2?
Well, if you ask the Arcturians, they would say there is only one circle because everyone lives within the one. So they would say that's a third dimensional question because they don't have 1 and 2, they have 1. And that's a big shift for us. We are so trained to, climb the stairs or go through the classes or get better, best. Whereas within our fifth dimensional consciousness, we already are. We already are all of those aspects of ourselves. And that unconditional love is reminding us of that. Because unconditional love is really an interdimensional love. Because it is unconditional, it does not have limitation. Therefore, it doesn't have time. Therefore, it can flow to the now of the one. So perhaps for you, that would be the sequence. But for somebody else, the sequence could be reversed. Now that's confusing, but we have to learn to get used to being confused because we are going into a whole different reality. All right, next.
Well, there's an interesting question that Lou has sent in, and it's, how did the Arcturians teach you love?
Oh, because when they come to me, it feels just like love. It's that body thing again. When the Arcturians come in, and it doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's like business. Sue, take this message and go do this work. Okay. But sometimes when I go into a real meditation, euphoria, I mean a full body orgasm. Wow. So yeah, that's how they teach you. Body. It's the body. We have been trained that the body, you're going to leave the body, let go of the body. No, the body is what is giving us all these wonderful information. And the body is telling us about the Kundalini raising. And so if any of you have these feelings that come up and down your spine, maybe up to your heart and back, and you want to wiggle your spine and it feels like, whoa, what is that? That's the Kundalini force. We all have sleeping serpent down at the base of our spine. That's our latent light body. We've got a lot of exciting things ahead of us. I'm ready to go right now.
Well, that's what's funny is they say they're preparing us for the next octave of service, but my gosh, some of the things they've already shared with us, the magic, the bliss, oh my gosh. What's next?
I know, yeah, I know. So, okay. Any others?
Yeah, we have a comment that just came in. Rajani says, "Hi, Sue and Shauna. It feels almost magical for me. I feel one with my higher self most of the time. I'm experiencing clarity, connection, love. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next few weeks."
Oh, great. Wow, this is like magic, ladies and gentlemen. I am so pleased, so happy, so blessed to be able to be a part of this. I was told inside that this is a very special year, and I can see it coming in.
That's the truth.
All right, so we just have a few minutes left. Let me let the Arcturians come in and summarize this all. And why don't we start, maybe, Shauna, you can ask the Arcturians a question, okay? I'm going to go in and so help me a little bit.
Okay.
Blessings. We are here. And Shauna, you have a question for us?
Yes, first, on behalf of all of us that are participating in this wonderful process that you've begun, we say thank you from our high hearts. We are curious to see if it is unfolding in the way that you imagined, and we find it so magical, so I'm assuming you say yes.
You're speaking to us, the Arcturians, and the way that we imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, this is humanity's process. Actually, it's not even humanity's process. This is Gaia's process. And we resonate to a frequency far beyond that of Gaia. And we are so pleased to lower our resonance down into a frequency that we can commune with all of you wonderful humans who are assisting Gaia in this moment. And if you want to know what to do, ask Gaia. Because Gaia knows where her woundings are. Gaia knows where her strengths are. Gaia knows where her power spots are. Gaia knows where intervention and lots of unconditional love needs to be placed. And Gaia is a living being. And also, we invite all of you to, in that imagination, which is fifth-dimensional thought, you allow yourself to go into the core of Gaia, because Gaia now has a fifth-dimensional core. And in that core, you will find ascended masters, Elohim, angels, ascended Atlanteans, Lemurians, so many planetary logos, so many wonderful beings that are within this now. And all of you, if you feel tired, if you feel like you need to be replenished, go down into the core of Gaia, and there are so many high frequency ascended beings that will assist you in any manner that you need. And did you have any other questions you'd like to ask?
Yes, well, I thank you for that reminder that we are here to assist with the planetary process of ascension. It is not about us, it is about Gaia.
Yes, because all of you, especially all of you that have come into this experience and are able to embrace it so deeply, you embrace it so deeply because it feels like home. Because your true self in the higher frequencies that took this great sacrifice to bilocate a component of your consciousness into a third-dimensional earth vessel so that you could assist with planetary ascension. And the humans were called upon because the humans were the ones that were causing the problems. So since humans were causing the problems, humans were the ones that needed to become the solution. So the solution grows from the cause. And so all of you wonderful beings, you bilocated your energy patterns into a physical earth vessel, and you are loving the unconditional loving experience because it's home. And we want you all to know when all of Gaia is relocated into her frequency of new earth, that's how you'll feel all the time. That's something to look forward to. Blessings to all of you. So thank you so much, everyone. If you have any last minute questions or comments, I have a few minutes to jot them down for Shauna to see. And Shauna, what would you like to share with the group?
Oh gosh, this whole thing has been so impactful for me, just the topic of unconditional love. You know, it feels like it's a huge part of my, my soul path to learn what that really means, because, we're all having to learn because we've never experienced it before.
Yes.
And how wonderful to make it a daily practice and process to recognize that for yourself, within yourself, that you are perfect just as you are. You are forgiven. You are accepting. You are compassionate. And you feel that for yourself and for others. And
Yes.
what great way to contribute, to the ascension of the planet by relieving all of those burdens from within ourselves and being love and sharing love and radiating it out as all of you already are.
And what I, Sue, just human being Sue, would like to say, because I know you all are going to be doing this very same thing. I just want to remind you that when you're in the midst of taking, following the orders and putting out the process, I'm so happy that all of you are experiencing this. I'm working. You know, I'm bringing it through and I'm doing it, and it's wonderful when that first meditation comes through, and I really enjoy that. And I am, I think, see, all right, this is what I'm getting. So there is this place, there's a part of what, quote, the liftoff, you might say, where you're so in the service of being a component of the liftoff that you lose, like, you haven't fully embraced that you are this higher expression of yourself, because you're still wearing an earth vessel and it still gets tired and hungry and grouchy and sad and happy and all those things put together. But you know that you are not who you were before, and you're never going to be that people again. That something is totally and completely changed within you and within your reality, and you know, there's no way back. This is it. We're on the move. So, any comments to that, Shama? It's a little controversial, but you know, I'm a Capricorn. I say play it safe. Let's tell it what it's really like. It's a lot of work to be of service like this to Ascension. And all of you are preparing. That's your next octave.
And
Soldier.
yeah.
But soldiers love soldiers.
Yeah, the good kind, right? The good kind.
Yeah, the soldiers that fight for unconditional love. And we fight with unconditional love and violet fire and call again our higher selves. And but there's a lot of transitions that are going to be coming. And so this is really bringing us to our highest strength.
Yeah, that's why the Arcturians are leading us through this. This is a process. We are recalibrating, we're expanding, we're releasing, and we're optimizing so we can be of full service. And that's what this is about. It's not just, hey, let's love each other. It's, okay, time to clear it all out, love yourself so you can radiate that to others and, you know, put that love into action.
Yeah, and roll up your sleeves and get to work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like work. It feels
right.
like work.
Right. And what's more important than planetary ascension?
What's more important than planetary ascension? Absolutely. And make ascension normal.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, any final, if you want to put your hand up, if you have some final, if I freaked anybody out by what I just said, then please raise your hand and let me unfreak you.
There's a good question here that says, so Annie's saying that she's got a couple of friends who've not yet heard of higher dimensions, higher selves. Now one is starting to have vivid dreams and another is becoming aware. How can we best advise them without overwhelming them?
Usually if you can share just a little bit of your experience, because then it becomes normal. If one person in the room has an experience that's like, okay, maybe I'm crazy, but if somebody else says, yeah, me too, and then somebody else says, yeah, I had this, and then somebody else says, yeah, me too, then it becomes normal. And that's why something like this is so good, and this process is so important, because we are all realizing that we are not alone, that we together as one being are recreating our reality at the baseline of the planet. So that's a pretty exciting thing.
Right. And I think that's what, when they say they're preparing us, these are the things, Annie, that I think we're being called to do, or to share with other people. Let them know this is the new normal.
This is the new normal, absolutely. Remember the new normal, that theme that was going on for a while? Now you can't keep track of it because normal changes so quick. You have to put up a new banner every third day.
Right. And also, this Unconditional Love series, this is something that you could share with anyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyone.
So if you want to share it with anybody and say, go back to the number one, it's all on the website, but I direct people to the blog if possible, because all the comments are so great and people comment to other people's comments, and that that's what makes it normal. When you have like 30 people that say, wow, this is a good experience, and you can say, oh, so that was real, what I felt. I guess I really felt that. Yeah, you really felt that. So, feels good, doesn't it?
Oh,
Feels
absolutely.
good.
Yeah, and you can feel the love and the excitement that just radiates from the comments alone.
Yes, and the thing is, as you all move through this, your sensory perception, I'm sure you're beginning to notice it if you haven't totally already noticed it. Wherever you were on the frequency of sensory perception, way leaping forward. Because unconditional love takes out the fear. It's the antidote to fear. And when we perceive something that we don't know what it is, our innate brainwashed, we've all been pretty good brainwashing here, thank you. And so we brainwashed into like, oh, it's different, oh, weird, stop. Okay, but unconditional love, something new comes in, we go, oh, that's exciting, well, I'm going to investigate. Oh, it feels good to have that courage. I was so shy when I was young. Oh, boy. Just imagine if we'd had this from the day we were born. That's what life is like on New Earth. Hallelujah.
Mm,
Okay.
we're bringing that here.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. So I guess we're all done. I don't see any other comments or anything's right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of thank yous and gratitude and so much appreciation for what is taking place. And I think we all, sense that unity consciousness. So I think the Arcturians would be proud of us and Gaia as well for, actually living the process and making it part of our daily lives and making the impact and having that commitment to continue to do it. And we look forward to continuing to hear your comments and see what you share and everything you place on the blog. And this will be recorded. Somebody had a question about that, so we will share this with all of you in a day or two when we've got it all ready for you. So be on the lookout for that.
And just remember for this one, and well, you're already here, but for the future, even if you can't come, sign up, because when you sign up, then you're on the list. And then when you're on the list, then you'll get the recording. So that's an important part of it. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. And we're going to have another check-in one. When is that, Shauna, that we're having this second? I'm looking at my book here.
Well, I think we intended maybe sometime in February when we're a little bit further along in the process.
Yeah. We'll have another check-in. And then when it's all over, we're going to have a webinar of how to use this unconditional love. And this will, I guess, be a series of two. Once one, and then next week the other. So first we have it, we embrace it, and then we move into how to use it. So great. Thank you so much, everyone. And I look forward to seeing your great comments on my blog. I really appreciate the comments. And so does everyone else. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.